welcome to our Tool Update newsletter video podcast today for the MES tool release highlights of fall 2023. My name is Jan from Model Engineering Solutions, and today is David here with me to join me for our talk. Hello, David.
Yeah, hello.
So it's your first time to join me for this little talk about MQC. Well, I'm very happy to have you here. Welcome. And I'm looking forward to what you are going to show us.
Yeah, I'm quite excited to announce our new features in the 7.2 version of MQC today.
That's great to hear. So then let's get started right away. Well, we are looking into the MES Quality Commander MQC, of course, and David is part of the MQC team here. And as you already said, the latest version is the Quality Commander 7.2. And there are actually two highlights that we would like to talk about today. And the first one is a very new feature, quite interesting feature actually, that has to do with data details. David, I think it's best if I directly hand over to you to have an understanding what data details are and what we can do with them in our latest release of MQC.
Yeah, so what is data or what are data details in MQC? So MQC reads tool reports from all your testing tools and imports them through adapters into MQC. And for a long time, we just imported the base data of these tool reports. This means that they are aggregated numbers. So for example, if we import MXAM data, we import the number of findings that are failed or the number of guidelines that are failed, for example. Out of these data, we calculate the quality, and the quality really shows you how your project status looks like. But of course, this is only some information that is where the data and quality is linked. But for more detailed data information, we now added a new feature that loads, if you want it to, all the detailed information that is found in the report, or at least most of it. And then you can view this information directly in MQC in an interactive report. This detailed data is, of course, still linked to the data and therefore also linked with the quality. Yeah, let's look in MQC itself. Here we have loaded the showcase and we are viewing the new page, the data details page, that gives us an overview of all the detailed data that is loaded here. And we can still see on the top that we have multiple revisions, so multiple different dates where reports occurred. And we have a heat map that gives us an overview where exactly something went wrong. So for example, we can see here that something failed for obstacle detection, which is an artifact in MQC. And this failed happens for a check, which is mcheck Mistra SFS 006B. And on top of the heat map, we have the structure that you can also find in the tool report. So which document was tested, which chapter, and which guideline. And of course, you can also go back into an older revision to see the difference to the current data that you can see. This whole perspective is very convenient for developers and testers to see exactly where in the project something has to be fixed and where problems occurred, where issues are. And they have an interactive report where they can select specific things, for example, specific artifacts or even specific chapters here to drill down in a way that gives them a better overview of what they're working on. If we look into a second visualization, after the heat map, we also have the list of all the issues that are found. And by selecting something in the heat map or in the left KPIs, we can select specific issues that have popped up. Another perspective is the tree map that gives us a glance at the models itself and as the subcomponents inside the model. So if you want to know where exactly inside a model issues are occurring, you can see here at a glance where something occurred, and you can go even into specific sub-elements, subsections, if you want to have a closer look, especially for bigger models. This is quite necessary. Here it's also possible to select a specific issue or issues that occurred at specific points. And in the list, you can get more information about this issue, where there is a description. And for more information, there is a direct link into the report of the tool that produced this result. It might load a bit, but now it comes up. It's directly opening here for MXAM, the check of the issue, and you get more information how to solve this issue. So this is really a great view for a developer or tester to find problems in your project and try to solve them.
Oh. Well, that's really a very interesting feature. So just to wrap it up, there is this new page, as we can see up in the navigation, that is called Data Details, that now includes really the detailed data that you showed us, where it originates from the actual tools, the quality assurance, and it really helps to navigate through your artifact or through the structure of your tool report to understand where findings are and what they are, right?
That's correct, yes.
It's really a nice, very nice feature for a developer. So what actually brings me to the question that now that we have the data and we see that there are some issues that are maybe failed and need to be fixed, so this data then influences quality, right? So how can I understand how this data actually impacts my quality?
Correct. So our quality page is a long existing standard page for the MES Quality Commander, because our tool is mainly about quality. You want to see at a glance where problems in your project occur and how the quality of your project looks like. And this view is most useful for a team lead or a quality manager that wants to see how the current state of the project looks like. Now with detailed data, we have the possibility to analyze these not so great qualities further. Here we have implemented a new perspective with data details. So on the quality page, after this perspective is enabled, we see 4 visualizations next to each other. You saw the visualizations earlier on the data details page, which is the heat map, the tree map, and the list. But all these visualizations are connected to each other. They are related. When I see here, we have, for example, here a guideline compliance of the model architecture that is only 74%. And if I want, as a team lead, to find out what is the underlying issue, I can click on it, and I get the result in the other visualizations. So I get the updated list, the updated tree map, and also the updated heat map. And I can choose on which I want to focus on. For example, I see here there are failed issues, failed findings. So when I click on it, the visualizations on the bottom are further influenced by that. And I can then choose, for example, here in the structure, the one failed finding I want to see. Therefore, I have this connection from quality to the data details with just a few clicks, and I can see how this quality comes to pass.
Thank you very much. That's a really nice way also to understand what influences quality. So thank you very much for showing us this. And it really is a great new feature to MQC. Great. Thank you, David, for showing this. And there's also a second new feature or second new highlight with MQC. But this has to do with actually the person who maintains the tool and sets it up. And here we are talking about how the configuration files are also supported in different ways, in this example using from Git. David, maybe a few words about this feature could be also interesting to our listeners.
Yeah, so before anyone can start with an MQC analysis, a project needs to be created. So an MQC project, and an MQC project consists of a data source. So you need to provide MQC with tool reports, and then you can configure MQC further with a project structure, with a quality model, which is optional, but still a very important step to customize MQC in the way you want to see it. And for a long time, project structures or the quality models here as an Excel file could only be loaded from a local file system or a network drive, while we implemented for data sources the possibility to also load reports from a Git, so from ALM data source that has been versioned. And yeah, our customers really liked this Git feature and used it quite often. But now that the data is in Git, of course, always the question came up if they could also put their configurations in Git and load it from there. So in reaction to that, we now support the loading of configuration files directly from Git, which then enables you to put all MQC-related configurations and data inside Git repositories. When adding a new configuration source, like I do now, I have the new Git tab here, and I can select existing Git repositories that are already used inside the project, which is here our showcase Git data source that is used already. And when I select this Git, I see the latest file tree of the Git, which is the latest commit version of this Git. And I can select files from Git as configuration. And here for the quality model, I can load a new one and then update our project with this new configuration. Therefore, by putting all your configuration files into the Git, you don't need to have them locally or in the network anymore.
Right. Well, so basically what we do is we support our users on the platforms that they are using and not force them to use platforms that may be inconvenient or ways to work with that are inconvenient for them. So we can have a nice installation of MQC and the data, the configuration, and everything that is necessary on the same management platform, for example.
Yes, exactly. We want to support as many possibilities as are needed from the consumer perspective here.
Yeah, I think that's really important. So thank you very much for this overview here. And yeah, that's it for today, David. Thank you very much for joining me. And yeah, to everybody, if you would like to learn more about MES Quality Commander, MQC, or MES, please have a look at our webpage or send us an email at info. If you did not receive the tool update newsletter or the video newsletter, please let us know. We'll happily put you on the mailing list. And yeah, I'm going to see all of you next time, maybe you as well, David. I hope you enjoyed our talk today.
Yeah, glad to be here and see you next time.
yeah, hope to welcome you soon again. Thank you very much, David, and thank you, everybody. Bye-bye.